Hi, this is Simon Liang back with Groove at any time. Thank you very much for joining us, where we can actually be on at any time, on any day, and talking about anything. Now, just to be honest with you, I had no intention of coming on today because it was webinar day. And for me, I woke up at 6 a.m. my time because I have my webinar bright and early just for you guys and gals. So hopefully, if you are not already, make sure you utilize the webinar system so that we can actually do the presenting for you. We can actually help you with talking about Groove and essentially help you make more sales. So let me know if you have more questions about that. Leave that in the comments so that we can explain more about that for you so that you can take full advantage of it. And obviously, if you're joining us from a variety of different places, if you're on YouTube, or maybe you're joining us on Twitch, maybe you're joining us on Periscope and Twitter, maybe you're on Facebook. Well, here's the thing. We are on in a lot of different platforms. So wherever you might be, it is highly recommended that you subscribe, that you like, and you follow us with those notifications turned on so that the next time that we go live, whether it's me, whether it's David Lemon, whether it's any one of our amazing Groove superstars, you will be able to join us and interact with us live as well. Now, if you've been around inside of our groups, maybe on Facebook, maybe even on YouTube, yesterday we talked about how we are celebrating our 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. Now, you might be thinking, well, there's 350,000 Groovesters, there's over 100,000 who are on Facebook. Is 10,000 really something to celebrate about? Well, something that you should be aware of if you're not already, and any one of you who have been doing anything on YouTube, if you've been uploading your own videos, you got your own channel, you've been trying to grow, you would know that YouTube is a whole different animal. Unless you're able to specifically channel your traffic, and we're not specifically inside of Groove saying, hey, go join our YouTube channel. Yes, we do show you a lot of content that is there, but this is not really a priority for us to say, hey, join us on YouTube, because a lot of our YouTube content or video content is also across many of the other social media platforms as well. Obviously, if you haven't already, it is highly recommended that you join our YouTube channel. Go there and subscribe, turn on the bell notifications, because we're going to start doing a lot more YouTube exclusive content. So make sure that if you're watching us right now, that you go to our YouTube channel, that you subscribe, you tell everybody that you know to subscribe as well, because it's going to be absolutely awesome, all the things that we have in store for you. In fact, I believe that YouTube as a marketing mechanism is such a powerful tool, and let me know if you agree by commenting in the comment section wherever you might be, because I've been thinking about creating some type of Groove specific YouTube training if you're interested in that. Now, of course, it does mean it would be a lot more work when it comes to growing your channel, because like I said, YouTube is a whole nother animal. For anybody who knows anything about YouTube channels and growth and things like that, you would know that it does take quite a bit of efforts to grow and get those subscribers and get those views. And that's because YouTube is a completely different system that is very different from all the other platforms out there. The top YouTubers in the world, you can think of a few names like Mr. Beast or PewDiePie or whatever else. I don't know, the Markiplier guy who, plays games or whatever. They now have probably millions and millions of subscribers. But if you actually hear back their story, they spent years and years in the beginning stages struggling on their YouTube channels, struggling just to get their first 50, 60, 100 subscribers. So it's not easy. And just because they started all the way back in the day, it doesn't mean that it's any easier today, actually. So there's a lot that we need to learn when it comes to YouTube, but regardless of the strategies, you can be doing everything right, and it can still take you months, if not years, to grow to a respectable number of subscribers. For us right here in Groove, we've only been around for several months. In fact, earlier this year in January, I would even say up until April, the YouTube channel actually didn't exist. So it was just within the last several months, the last 6 months, I would say, a little bit more maybe, that we grew from 0 to up to 10,000 people. In fact, right now we're more than 10,000 already. Of course, we're like 10,100 and plus, something like that. So we continue to grow. And if you're interested in learning how to grow organically, not just like, oh, I'm gonna leverage on my list, I'm gonna leverage on all of my subscribers and all of my followers and likes from my other channels and my other pages, but naturally or organically grow on YouTube, let us know in the comments that you are interested, because of course this is a little bit off topic. We are in Groove right now. We don't have much going on that is talking about YouTube, but if that's something that you are interested in, maybe, just maybe, we can get into the talks with Donna and Mike and see all the, what the Groove founders have to think about creating some type of content and training based around this topic. Of course, we're going to be talking about a lot of different stuff. If you go to the YouTube channel right now, you're going to see that we are very robust in terms of doing a lot of different things. So we're always testing different things. And because of the resources and the manpower that we do have, and just the kind of time that we allocate into the YouTube channel, you can probably tell that we do have a little bit of an advantage. But you can always learn a lot by simply going to the channel. In fact, I will go ahead and put this into the chat for you right now so that you can actually see, if you don't know already, where our channel is. And you'll see we have a lot of regular kind of videos, right? Some that are a little bit longer, some that are a little bit shorter. We got, lives on there. We got YouTube Shorts, which is the brand new kind of YouTube videos. We're also going to start playing around with stories as soon as we get that functionality. And so there's plenty of things that you can learn. So in the meantime, if you are here and you're joining us, make sure that you put down in the comments where you are, what time it is, where you're located, so that we can acknowledge you. This is one of the best parts of these live trainings, is the actual interaction part. So if you're here, make sure that you say hi and let us know exactly what it is that we can do for you. Trader Rob is obviously a fellow Groovester. He left this message actually right before we actually even went on live at 2:25 p.m. my time. We went on live at 2:30, so this message was in even before we're live on the air. Whose house? Young's house. I said, whose house? You are a funny guy. And then he also said, sometimes we just have to throw in those 90s TV shows references. Yes, I don't want to reveal my age too much, so sometimes I'll leave these different references, and sometimes I might do those Brady Bunch references, like from the 60s or other things in the 50s or 40s, just to throw you guys off. But whatever the case, thank you very much, Mr. Rob, for interacting. We got Ryan, always welcoming to see you here from British Columbia in Canada. Yes, I know you were on the actual webinar. Thank you very much for your support. By the way, for all of you who were on the webinar, please leave a comment. Let me know if you were on. Let me know what you thought of it. And of course, it would be our delight to take your feedback and continue to improve as time goes on. So definitely touch base with us, touch base with Ryan. This guy is always on these webinars, and it's always great to see him interact during these sessions as well. Andy from UK is saying 6:32 a.m. here. A very good morning to you. I was also up at 6 a.m. my time here in Malaysia. So you are a champ for joining us. Thank you very much. Ryan is saying agreed. Rob, 518 referrals in 6 days from $5 in business cards. Awesome. Great job. And obviously, there's plenty of different things that I believe we can share as a community. If you remember what we talked about last time in our previous Groove at Any Time, we're looking to grow the team. We're looking for you if you want to contribute and share the different strategies. I am sure we have fellow Groovesters who are more than excited to learn all about your referral strategy. So if you're willing to share, or better yet, if we have fellow Groovesters who are watching us live right now, comment in the comment section that you want to hear from Rob, you want to learn from him. Let's twist his arm virtually to see if he is willing to share these strategies with us. Andy is saying, wow, that is staggering. we're all about blowing minds right here at Groove Funnels, especially in our community. So thank you very much for sharing that with us. We got Ryan saying interested in growing my YouTube tribe. Very cool. Thank you for doing that. Mustafa is saying sure thing. Thank you very much for joining us as well. Ryan with the Mike Phil same reference, unfair advantage. That was exactly what what Mike was talking about during his butterfly marketing slash state of the Groovian just a couple of weeks ago. And of course, this is absolutely what we should be leveraging on all the time. But unfortunately, not everybody always has this unfair advantage. When we want to grow our own YouTube channel right now, not all of us can leverage on 350,000 Groove members. In fact, we're not really supposed to be doing that. Hint, hint. So for those of you who are sharing your links and all your videos inside of the Groove, in the comments, in our groups, on our pages, just to let you know, we're not technically supposed to be doing that, sharing links. So let's try and play by the rules. Rob is saying, I'm going to be the Barry Bonds of internet marketing and proud of my unfair advantage. There are plenty of people, including Mike himself, right, who has the unfair advantage, including Barry Bonds, including, I believe, Mark McGuire was also on that slide, and also Michael Johnson from the Olympics. I mean, there's so many different stories we can go on and on and on. But yes, all of us right here being inside of Groove, we definitely have this unfair advantage. So let's leverage on it. Robert from Harlem, New York City, USA, 1:38 a.m. You are also a trooper, staying up late with us. Thank you very much for your time here. We got Facebook user from Kansas. I think I'm not in Kansas anymore. Crappy joke, but there you go. Andy from the UK is talking to Rob. Where do you get your business cards for $5? I think that kind of speaks to it, right? We got many people who are interested in learning from you. Rob is saying Vistaprint. I remember back in the day, I was also using Vistaprint, and of course, I was kind of like a kid back then, and I was broke, and this was even before I went to college. I was already starting my own businesses, and Vistaprint at the time was offering something like free business cards. I don't know if they offer that anymore, but I remember the name, I remember the brand, and yep, they were offering free business cards. The only caveat was that in the back of the card, they actually had their logo and their website printed on there, but whatever, it was free, so there you go. Thank you very much, Rob, for sharing your resource, and Ryan is saying yes, Sammy Sosa was another one, and Robert Foley, he is saying yes, sir. Thank you very much, Robert, for joining us. Great to see you. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the purpose of today's Groove at Any Time. You can probably consider this to be a preliminary training if in fact this is something that we eventually want to do, but more so, I want to give you more of an overview of the different announcements and different things that you will be able to learn when you are on our YouTube channel. That's why this is the YouTube 10K subscriber special. It's not necessarily directed right now about learning YouTube marketing or video SEO, although some of the things that we will be sharing with you, I'm sure you will be pick up 1 or 2 tips, hopefully, that is something that you won't be able to get anywhere else, because I don't know how many of you know a little bit of my background. I used to work at Google. I developed the system. I developed their algorithm, not only for the Google search engines, but also for the YouTube system as well. And so I actually started and created my very first YouTube channel all the way back in 2005, 2006. And so even though it's not something that I necessarily focus on so much these days, it is something that I was lending a hand in creating. So a lot of the things that I knew from back in the day, learning inside of working at Google, we applied across many of our channels, including the GrooveDigital one. And so hopefully you will be able to learn a thing or two during this particular session. Now, I want to walk you through the YouTube channel really quickly. So if you haven't already, I'm going to go ahead and put this into the box again, youtube.com/GrooveDigital. This is the page that you should actually be following and subscribing to if you haven't already. Okay, subscribe, turn on the notifications, because we're going to be testing a lot of continued new things in the future, and you will get all of it, all of the education right here on the Groove channel. So if you haven't actually seen how it looks like, I'm going to pull up my screen and you can see that, yes, this is our YouTube channel. Okay. Actually, no, this is just youtube.com. You can actually see that if you are doing a good job and you get people to watch your stuff, the reason why we're kind of growing, not as quickly as we probably should be, but as you can see, even for me, if we do a good job, a lot of what you're doing will be showing up on the first page right here. Okay, so as you can see right here, I loaded this just now, and right here, you can see that we got this Groove at any time. It's telling whoever subscribes to you, or maybe to whoever actually watches your video, that this is a live show, a live stream that is coming on soon. So you definitely want to make sure that you're doing everything right, so that you will show up anytime somebody is on their YouTube channel and they're on the homepage, or maybe they're on their tablet or their smart device and they're browsing through YouTube. You want to make sure that your content actually shows up, and it's not always brand new content. As you scroll down just a little bit, you can see this walkthrough video that I actually created and uploaded, as you can see over here, 5 months ago. So it doesn't have to be a brand new piece of content. It doesn't have to be something that is upcoming. It doesn't have to be a live stream. It could be a video such as this one, the GrooveDigital walkthrough, affiliate tools number 1. I created an entire YouTube series, video series on this particular topic on how to use the affiliate tools. And of course, this one continues to get recommended. And as time goes on, it will get recommended even more. And that is why we will continue to see brand new content and the growth of our channels as well. And of course, if you can take a look somewhere else over here, you will see that recently I also uploaded a recent interview, uploaded onto another channel. So this is YouTube just recommending a lot of my content to a lot of different people, and that's how you continue to grow over time. But for the purpose of today, what I want to do is show you a little bit, just a tiny little bit. I'm going to click on GrooveDigital, which is the YouTube channel that you see right here, right now. Okay, as you scroll down and you can see, you see maybe something that is a little bit different than what you might see if you don't have something called TubeBuddy installed. Okay, so the reason why you're seeing the total lifetime views and videos and all these different things is that, yeah, I installed what we call TubeBuddy, which is a plugin, and this allows you to see a lot more statistics and a lot more information about your channel, about other people's channels, and things like that. And just really quickly, I want to click over here to where it says About. And as you can see, we created this channel on May 15th, 2020. So yes, just about the last 6 or 7 months or so, actually less than 7 months. And we are already hitting 10,000, which I believe is very cool. It's all thanks to our community. It's all thanks to people like you who are watching. Again, make sure if you haven't already, click on the subscribe button right here and go ahead and click on the bell notification to make sure that you are notified anytime we have something going. Now, sharing a little bit more about YouTube and YouTuber growth. There is definitely a lot of different strategies. You can watch all the videos that you want from different so-called YouTube experts, right? People who are good, maybe they have 100,000 or 1 million different subscribers. But one thing that I noticed is that you're going to hear the same rehashed information over and over again. Maybe they have some real secrets that they're not really sharing with us. I don't know. But one thing that is for sure is that growth is gradual. You're going to have up days. You're going to have down days. You're going to have days where you're going to get a lot of extra views, a lot of extra subscribers, and then you're going to have days where it's going to go down, down, down. You're going to plateau for a while, and then it's going to grow some more. That is how organic YouTube growth is actually going to be. So if ever you see different charts, you see different channels where they're going like this and they're growing, but suddenly they pop up straight up, right? 9 times out of 10, if not 10 times out of 10, they're doing something shady. Maybe they invested in some type of tool. Maybe they bought subscribers. Maybe they, bribed some people, a whole bunch of people to do something that is unnatural. That usually doesn't happen. A very natural growth is going to be up and down, and maybe down, 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 down for a while, and then it'll gradually go back up. This is the normal path for any YouTube channel. And what you'll also hear from a lot of different people is, yes, you need to be consistent. You're going to need to upload maybe 50 videos or 100 videos before you start to see any kind of significant growth. Well, whatever it means to you, significant growth, everybody, if you ask different people, you will get different answers as well. For us, we're quite humble and we say, yeah, maybe 100, 1,000 here and there. As we continue to grow over time, this is something that we feel is respectable. Although yesterday, you can tell we just reached 10,000, and right now you can see we've already grown to over 100 over that. And to many people, their very first 100 subscribers is going to take more than 24 hours. For many people, it might take 24 days. It might take 24 weeks. It might take 24 months. It might take even longer than that. Okay. So the fact of the matter is that we, as a Groove Funnels community, we were able to grow organically without saying, hey, go to our channel and subscribe, outside of just, passing and talking and telling you to do this. But we're not actually bombarding our lists and saying, hey, you are a subscriber, go to this channel and subscribe right now. If we do things like that, I'm sure we can grow a lot faster. But because we are marketers, we want everything to grow organically, and YouTube just has this habit, has this reputation, I would say, of growing a lot more slower than other platforms as well. But as you can see, we definitely put in a lot of work in the last 30 days. We still got, 44 videos uploaded and 303,000 views, which is quite impressive. But then you can see also lifetime, meaning the last several months, since we didn't start until May of this year. Obviously, we also started quite slowly in the beginning as well. We've uploaded 386 videos so far, and this is also nothing to sneeze at, 2.92 million views thus far. But there are many different ways and many different things that you would need to do in order for you to grow your channel, in order for you to slowly but surely ensure that your subscribers goes up, your views go up. And so as we scroll down, I want this to be a killing two birds with one stone type of thing. We're not gonna necessarily directly go into optimization of your YouTube channel. We're not going to go into video SEO. We're not going into YouTube marketing, at least not yet, because for the courses that I do, for a lot of the content that I share, I have a minimum of 2 or 3 day classes that I do for the entire day for my students, just on the topic of YouTube and video marketing alone. But after those 2 or 3 days, it doesn't end there. We continue on with additional support, additional review sessions, additional live sessions, additional videos, because there's just so much to learn that it just doesn't end. So today, we're obviously not going to be able to go through all of that. I do want to get you some preliminary info on how you can get started as well. If you haven't already, but you do have a YouTube channel, or maybe you're just getting started, make sure that you have your channel keywords. It's not your video keywords. This is your channel keywords that you actually put your tags on the actual YouTube channel level, which means that you're going to be consistent, and you're going to be telling YouTube that my entire channel for all of my videos are going to be about all these different things. And here are just some examples of some of the keywords that you can very clearly see for our channel. And by the way, if you have TubeBuddy, this is not a secret. Anybody can see anybody's keywords, anybody's tags across all of the channels. Okay, so this is not anything secret that we are sharing with you. As long as you have TubeBuddy, anybody can see the channel keywords for any channels out there. So we basically make sure that our channel is relevant. We make sure that we have the keywords that people may be searching for, not only on the brand level, but also on the product level, maybe on the specifics like the benefits and features like website builder, as you can see, website building, sales funnel as well, and Groove and all these different things. These are just some of the things that you should also be doing in your marketing channel if you haven't already. As you scroll down, and we're not going to go through too much of it, this is again killing two birds with one stone. The moment that you come to our channel, what you're going to notice is that everything is neatly set up for you, which means that, again, if you are brand new to Groove, if you're just starting out, within our community. The good news is the moment that you go to the GrooveDigital YouTube channel that you see right here on the screen, everything is set up for you so that you can educate yourself in the best possible way. Obviously, whatever is going on live, if we have a live stream, if we have a live show, it's going to show up right here at the top. It'll show you what's going on right away. But let's say that I'm not live. Let's say there's no live shows going on. You visit for the first time, you will see a video that plays right away. And that video just so happens to be this particular video that I created 6 months ago. And as you can see, this particular video is doing quite well. 985,000 views so far. Of course, we can expect this to continue to grow over time. And I'm sure that it will be as well. We'll probably celebrate whenever this particular video hits 1 million views. So another 15 or so to go, right? 15,000 or so to go. But regardless, this entire first section right here is all about GrooveFunnels. So if you're brand new, you have no idea what you signed up for, you have no idea why you're here, watch this playlist. It's set up for you, right? And so you can come here and watch this GrooveFunnels promotional video, learn what it's all about, then watch this video that talks about, did you know Groove Pages is awesome for SEO? And then watch another video that is the top 10 reasons that you should be building your business on GrooveFunnels. So as a user, as a consumer, as a member, I recommend that you come here and watch these videos. Taking a step back now, why did we do it for you? Number one, obviously, we wanted to make it easy for anybody who is getting started to learn more about the actual product itself. We want them to come here onto our YouTube channel so that it's an easy place and it's very accessible to them to learn as much as they can, especially if they're just beginning. And so this is what we mean by killing multiple birds with one stone. Number one, it's helpful to you. Number two, it's a lot better for organization for us. But number three, this is also what YouTube wants to see. They don't want to see a channel where the homepage just consists of a whole bunch of different videos, a whole bunch of different playlists that's random, that isn't organized, it's not arranged properly, and it basically doesn't make sense. So when we say that, we also say that in addition to just having one playlist, you're also gonna want to organize it in additional playlists that makes sense as well. So now back to the consumer standpoint, you come to youtube.com/GrooveDigital. You've learned about GrooveFunnels. Now, maybe you want to learn more about our founders. Maybe you want to hear directly from our founders as well. Well, that's why we organize yet another different playlist right here on the homepage that is called Messages from Our Founders. So the moment that you go there, yes, as a consumer, you're able to come here. It's a lot easier for you to consume the content. As a channel owner, right? We make sure that we put the content that we want you to see right in front of you. And again, YouTube absolutely loves this type of arrangement. So what YouTube wants to see is not just one or two different playlists, not just one or two videos, but they want to see things across different topics. So if right here, right, we got the About Us section, and then here, Messages from Our Founders, it's great and dandy already. They're not exactly the same because I created this video. I do the voiceover. I also did the voiceover for this video. And I also created this video. Donna Fox did the voiceover. And this is all in its own category. Now, you want to learn directly from the founders. You want to hear from Mike. You want to hear from John. Well, this section, that's what this entire section, this entire playlist is all about as well. And as you can see, there are a lot of videos on that topic as well. And then, number one, for the purpose of helping you to understand the content, we have also the GrooveFunnels walkthrough series, but it's not just one playlist. This over here is a playlist. This over here is also a playlist. This one consisting of 9 videos. This one consisting of 11 videos. This one is another playlist consisting of another 9 videos. This one is another playlist consisting of 14 videos. This one is another playlist consisting of 3 videos. And we got this, this playlist consisting of 40 videos and a whole lot more. And all of these are what we call GrooveFunnels walkthrough series. So you as a consumer can very easily and very quickly, if let's say you want to learn about the Groove Partner Program, you come here, you click on view the full playlist. You can see that there are a lot of videos that are very short. This one is 45 seconds. This one is only 1 minute and 24 seconds. 55 seconds here. This one is only 33 seconds. You get the idea. So here you can see there is literally something for everybody. If you are not somebody who wants to watch these live sessions, you don't want to join us, you say that you don't have time, well, explore the resources that already exist. Come and watch these walkthrough series that are a lot shorter. A series of 9 videos, 4 videos, 3 videos, 14 videos, 40 videos, right? That are going basically from step by step, A to Z, all different things that you might want to see. For example, learning more about the Groove Partner Program, or how to build a Groove Pages site for affiliate marketing purposes, or setting up your own custom domain, or the partner program, or creating urgency with the countdown. You get the idea. There are so many different things that have been set up for you. Again, number one benefit is that for you as the consumer and anybody who wants to watch this, you can much more easily watch this. Number two, for us, it's a lot better way for us to share our content with you and say, yes, this is the kind of stuff that you want to see. And number three, again, YouTube absolutely loves this kind of arrangements. They have all these different functionalities, all these features for you to set up your homepage for a reason, because they want to see that you use it. And so for us, we use it. And that's why in many cases, I'm sure for you as well, you see that a lot of this content, right? The walkthrough series, they get recommended on people's homepages as well. And as a result, there will be a lot more people who will continue to view this content. As you scroll down, you can see that a lot of it is the same, very similar. We got a whole series for a section on GrooveFunnels tutorial videos. So you can see that we created a few here for that. Groove Pages tutorials. We got Groove Sell tutorials, as well as Groove Affiliate tutorials. YouTube also likes to see this type of arrangement. In addition, for those of you who do like to watch our long content, who do have time, who want to sit down and spend an hour with us, 2 hours with us, whether it's live, in person, so that you can interact, or whether you want to watch it as if you're watching a course, you're watching a full-blown build-out from David Lemon, right? Then now you can see another section where it says past live streams, and here is actually on an individual video basis a lot of the recent videos that were live, that have been, processed already. And you can see whether it's a Groove at Any Time episode, or a David Lemon Lemonade episode, or a live build out, or something along the lines of a Groove Cards, or any one of his live Q&As. You can pick and choose whichever one that you see over here. And at any time that you need to, simply click on the category name, such as past live streams, and you will be taken to another page where you will be able to see just the entire list of the content that appears in that particular category. So there is a ton of content that you obviously can consume. I really wouldn't know or understand anybody who is always asking for additional content, additional training. I believe there are already hundreds and hundreds of hours of content that you can be consuming right here, right now. Why not just go through what we have already? Because I guarantee they are going to be tremendously helpful to you. As you scroll down, you can see a couple additional categories: live training archives, all categorized by playlist. Again, something that YouTube absolutely likes as well. You can see popular uploads so that you can see them in order of popularity. This ad that a lot of us probably have seen has 1.4 million views. This one is close to 1 million views and 17,000 views. You get the idea. All the popular uploads are right here so that we can feature to our viewers which videos might be of interest to them. When you scroll down just a little bit more, you will see the rest of our setup, including recent uploads, including created playlists. And another thing that YouTube really likes to see, they do not believe that anybody can be everything to everyone. So believe it or not, they want to actually give advantages for channels where they know for a fact that multiple people are involved in producing content. And that's why, if you recalled my session from the other day, I talked about Groove Team. I talked about Groove Collabs. I talked about working together to create new content, because this is now yet another strategy that YouTube absolutely loves. They want to see that for one single channel, there are multiple speakers, there are multiple YouTubers, there's multiple trainers, or whatever that particular YouTube channel is all about. If you have some type of edutainment or entertainment, let's say your entire channel is about music and singing, they want to see multiple artists on there. If you have something where it's a show, right, then they want to see multiple people in that show. They want to see multiple actors. They want to see multiple celebrities. And now in the education space, where we're actually sometimes talking heads like this one, right? Or maybe you're just watching over the shoulder and you're looking at a screen, or maybe it comprises of promotional videos and short videos and long and whatever else. YouTube wants to see variety. Okay, so as you can see, when you scroll all the way down, in addition to us in the actual videos, having different people featuring different people on the actual videos themselves, YouTube also wants to see that you have different people on your content team. Okay, so that's all very cool, because now it allows us the opportunity to feature more people and to tell YouTube directly that our channel consists of different creators. So as you can see right now, we featured Mike, we've got me over here, we've got David Lemon. And if you also want to be featured in due time, make sure that you volunteer as well to be a part of our Groove team. Do some collaborations with us. When you've been around for long enough and you have a significant amount of content on the actual YouTube channel itself, we would of course be more than happy to feature you and introduce you to the entire Groove world or anywhere else, because of course YouTube is a global wide platform. So all these cool things that are coming very, very soon. And of course, if you're much more interested in learning more about what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the Groove team, go here to where it says videos. As you can see, we are creating content really at the speed of thought. It feels like it was only yesterday. In fact, it was 2 days ago since I uploaded this video on Groove Team Invitation, an invitation for you to be a part of our contribution team, to volunteer, to do things with us. And now, as you can see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 6th piece of content in 2 days. So we literally are just going crazy in terms of providing value to you. But go ahead, come back over here and check out our video on Groove Team Invitation. Watch this actual video yourself so that you are able to learn exactly what this Groovement is all about. And we want to welcome you into our Groove team. And we're going to talk a whole lot more about that probably in our next session, so that you can actually be more a part of what we do. As we transition out of our topic of here today, yes, make sure that you're here on our YouTube channel. Make sure that you subscribe, turn that bell notification on. And of course, if you want to learn more about YouTube marketing and everything else, leave them in the comments, leave your requests in the comments. And so we will know that this is a topic of interest to you. But going back here and checking out this particular video, you can see right here, we got grooveover.to/team. That is the page that you should be going to if in fact you are interested in what we call Groove Team as well as Groove Collabs that is coming up. If you want to be a part of our community where you can contribute content, you can work with us in a variety of different capacity, let us know what it is that you want to do, how you want to be involved. You can see some suggestions over here: content creation, video editing, graphic design, video content, live show guest. We also got live event moderator, training and tutorials, copywriting, article writing, project management, as well as event organizer. Just to give you an idea, Mr. Nicholas, whom you're going to be hearing more about very, very soon, he is actually one of our leaders and live event moderator, because during the actual live sessions on the webinars, every single week, he's actually been in the background answering questions from our viewers. So if you also want to participate in that, it happens to be in a time zone that is convenient for you, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, then volunteer. Let me know that this is something that you want to do. Submit this into the form, and of course this will help us to organize everything so much better. So in combination of Groove Team and Groove Collabs and everything that you will be able to learn just on our YouTube channel alone, and why we're able to grow so quickly within just the last 5-6 months into over 10,000. A lot of people spend years and years and years and they still haven't reached this level. So absolutely, it is something to be proud of for all of us as a community. And speaking of community, there are additional ways that you can learn more directly here on the YouTube channel. Go to playlists. You can see all the playlists that we were talking about earlier. You can also go here to where it says community. And right here in the community, you can see that we have something very similar to Facebook posts and everything else. We talk about different things over here. And some of you have been interacting there. For those of you who are actually, subscribed, maybe you need to have the bell notification turned on. I don't know, but it doesn't go out to as many people as I thought that it would, considering that we have 10,000 subscribers. But, YouTube works in very, very secretive and mysterious ways. So we got people who do interact and comment. Definitely be a part of the YouTube community whenever you see that we do have these type of posts. Interact with all of our videos, all of our posts, because it will help us to grow even bigger and better than before. Okay, so that's all I have for you here today so far on our YouTube. It's basically an overview of everything that you should already know about. And of course, this also goes along the lines of our YouTube 10K subscriber special. And so before we actually leave you for today, let's go ahead and check out some of your comments that you have been sharing with us over the past 20 or 30 minutes while we were here. I believe we left off right here with Mr. Robert Foley saying, yes, sir. Andy B from UK saying, wow, thanks. Robert from Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you for joining us. I believe it is getting very late where you are as well. Okay. And then we got Trader Rob saying, big fan of TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy is definitely a very cool tool. I'm sure there's a lot more that we can learn from it, and as well as towards our YouTube growth as well. Okay, so Robert is asking TubeBuddy. No, it's TubeBuddy. Okay, and Robert, this one is Bowman. Trader Rob is saying, Groove also has a habit of making videos that should be turned into products. How many OTOs could be made from Simon's interviews with Asher and Jerry, or this video Simon is teaching right now about YouTube? Absolutely right. And I don't know if it was earlier in the webinar or sometimes, I'm on in so many of these live shows and trainings that I forget when was the last time I talked about something. But I also mentioned that in passing, I think it was either Mike or Donna, they said something jokingly like, we want to make sure that we produce so much valuable content right here in the Groove community that all the online courses, all the trainers, all the fake gurus out there are out of business. I'm paraphrasing, obviously. And of course, it basically goes to show the vision that the leaders of the company have, that they really want to make sure that they go above and beyond in terms of delivery, to make sure that you don't need to invest in training. You don't need to invest in courses. You don't need to invest in anybody else, because right now you can literally just get everything that you would need at least to get started. And you'll get access to all of that absolutely free. So if you have the capability to watch us here right now, you are very lucky, because that means that you already have the right platform to access all of the training that I'm sure a lot of you would agree with Rob. All of these can be made into information products. They can be made into OTOs or one-time offers. They can be made into things that can be sold, that other people are selling, probably providing even less value than what we're doing, and yet we're doing all of this for free. So on behalf of the Groove team, on behalf of the powers that be at Groove, you are welcome. Abul is saying, thanks. Very awesome. We got another Facebook user join us from Malaysia. Make sure if Facebook user and anybody else who is watching right now, we usually have to do this PSA once or twice on every single show. If your comment, for whatever reason, shows up as Facebook user, it probably means that StreamYard doesn't know who you are. So just go to streamyard.com/Facebook, give StreamYard permission to show us who you are, and usually that should work, and we'll be able to see you as well as your lovely faces and your cool names. And of course, if it doesn't work for whatever reason, still put in parentheses your name so that I can address you by your name instead of Mr. Facebook user or Miss Facebook user or whatever else. Robert has another quite technical question. It says, does how you tier the playlist make a difference on the YouTube algorithm? Okay, now in terms of how you would actually create your content and organize them directly into your channel, I would probably say there is a slight difference in terms of the actual result itself. So the way that we set it up, for example, you can see that, I mean, if I pull up the page just a little bit more, instead of doing something like a created list where I put in everything under the sun, and I do things like, I put in the live streams, I put in the tutorials, and I put in, all the shorts and everything else. Obviously, that would be the easier way and the lazier way for us to set everything up. But because that is the lazy way, it usually means that the results would not be as nice. And so you can see right here, once we go into the playlist, if you click on create playlist, you can see that we created many different playlists as well. And also when we set up these different playlists, some of these might look familiar. We go back to home, and because we set up those playlists differently, you can see that we can also arrange them differently right here on the homepage. And it's because of our capability to be able to create our playlists like this, our playlist like this, to separate out the content by topic, by subject, by niche, by whatever they are, tutorial videos, walkthrough videos, messages from our founders about the entire system itself, and also popular uploads, different archives. We have our live streams, created playlists, our content team, because of the capability to categorize everything the way that we did, which is exactly what your question is, right? The way that we actually set up the playlist. Yes, it does play a role in your performance. And so I would probably say, because of the way that we set everything up over here, it did contribute more or less to the growth of our channel. So everything that you see is being done on the GrooveDigital YouTube channel, you can take it with a grain of salt, but also model after it and see what you can learn, do what we are doing on the YouTube channel, and pretty soon you should also be able to see very similar types of results. We got Stoutman saying, how's it going, Groovesters? A quick shout out to all of our friends. And yes, of course, we want to make sure that all of you are doing well and having fun with us. Let me know, by the way, if this is helpful to you. Let me know if you've been learning a thing or two. Obviously, we want these to be valuable to you. We want you to be learning. And if you are, and you like this kind of content, let us know in the comments so that we can plan for future similar content in the future as well. Trader Rob is saying, Facebook user, take a shot, drinking game. You can do that if you want. Now, of course, now is one of those times when we say we are about to close out on the actual show. Speak now or forever hold your peace. If you have something that you want to say, let us know in the actual comments so that I can address you before we actually call it a day, at least for me, because it's 3:18 in the afternoon right now. In conclusion, obviously, there are many things that we have to learn. And as part of the Groove community, we will always continue to learn. Just because you saw that we have over 300 videos that's being created right now that has already been uploaded onto our YouTube channel, it doesn't mean that we are done by any means. In fact, as you can tell, we are planning more and more content. David Lemon, every single day, has brand new content for you. Almost every single day as well, every single week, multiple times a week. I'm on these Groove at Anytime live shows as well. The content will continue to come in. There will never be a time when we say, okay, we are done. We have officially taught you everything there is to know in this world. That will never, ever happen. Okay, so by being here, make sure that you have the right mindset that you want to learn. For those of you who have been commenting, I don't have time for these trainings. I don't have time because I'm very busy. I'm an entrepreneur. I am a workaholic. I have to do things with my family. I have to go to work. I have a job, blah, 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 whatever else. Then, of course, that means this content is unfortunately not for you. This content is especially for those of you who are either watching us live right now, that means you, or on the replay, which also means you, which means that you are willing to allocate time for yourself to learn. You are providing yourself the opportunity to engage, not just with me, not just with David Lemon, but with every other fellow member of the Groove community who are also commenting here right now. So networking and interacting and engaging is a big part of this. If you've just been watching for the past several episodes or several weeks or last several months, and you've never once sent a comment, you've never once interacted, maybe once or twice, but not consistently, you're not taking full advantage of this community. Ask anyone who has been actively sharing their comments with us over the past several months. How many more friends have they made? How did they increase their network? What new relationships, friendships, even potential partnerships have they made as a result? If you don't want to show your face in front of the camera, if you don't want to show that you exist, if you don't want to comment, that's one thing, okay? But I will have you know right now, you are very, very sorely mistaken if you think that you can get the exact same kind of advantage as everyone else who is interacting by simply staying behind the scenes and not saying anything and not doing anything. Anyone who has been able to interact, engage, make new friends, they will attest as a result of now showing themselves to the world and being a more active part of the Groove community, they are getting a whole bunch more benefits, okay? So take this with a grain of salt. It is not just about the education. It's not just about the 1 or 2 hours that you're watching me and my talking, bobbling head as I spit things out of my mouth, words that you may or may not listen to, one in one ear, out the other. Maybe you'll get it, maybe you don't. It doesn't matter. The most advantageous of everything, in addition to the content itself, is of course the relationships that you continue to build. You build a relationship with each other. You build a relationship with me. Now I know who Rob is. Now I know Coach Ryan because he's always here and he's at the webinar. I know all of the people who continue to comment. So you're building relationships with me, right? David Lemon, he's starting to recognize all these names. So you're building a relationship with him. And in due time, whenever there are future opportunities, whenever there are future chances for you to be more involved, we're looking for volunteers, we're looking for team members, we're looking to hire, we're looking for partners, I don't know. We, of course, think of you first. We think of the people who are active. We think of the people who are interacting with us. We think of the people who have been engaging, asking the right questions, and obviously, much more importantly, have been contributing all this time as well. So yes, this is one huge opportunity for all of us. And the reason why Groove Anytime is on at any time is we also want to, for those of you in different time zones, we also want to give you an opportunity to also join us in these live interactive streams, shows, right? You can always, of course, watch the replays. Everything is recorded. You can always watch the Lemonade Q&As, the Groove Cart challenges, and everything else on replay. But I'm sure you can agree it's not the same, is it? And especially for those of you who are interacting, you will also agree that it is not the same. It is so much better when you can leave a comment, you get acknowledged, you get recognized, and you get a response right away. This is the value of all these live events. So I believe if you're here and you want to be a much bigger part of that, take everything one step at a time. Okay, take everything one episode at a time. Start by learning. The more you get comfortable with everything else, yes, the education, you can choose which format works best for you. If you prefer the 30-second videos, the 1-minute videos, we have those already on the YouTube channel. Go watch them. But if you want the longer ones, because you want to sit in as if you're attending the class, You want as much detail as possible. You want the step-by-step. You want to make sure that you don't miss any small fine prints and you know exactly what you need to do. Then these are the kind of videos that are most suitable for you. In the end, no one can dictate which ones are the best for you. Only you can actually do that for yourself. But if you ask me, definitely try and be on live as often as you can be, because we want nothing less than to have the opportunity to get to know you, to interact with you, to answer your questions, and of course, to just get to know you a lot better, because this opens all of us up into much more bigger and better opportunities later on down the line. But more importantly, if you want to, of course, do so much more than that, one last reminder to join us as part of the Groove team. Go to grooveover.to/team. And of course, you will be able to volunteer, raise your hand and say you want to be a contributor. And we absolutely would appreciate your contribution in that. All right, very cool. Now it's our time to say goodbye. And as we say goodbye, we want to say and acknowledge all the rest of you who have been leaving comments all the while I have been talking. We got Abhishek Kumar, Mr. Kumar, saying awesome. Andy B saying great job. Thank you very much. We got Coach Ryan saying thank you so much. Thank you as well for always showing up and sharing with us. And we have Mr. Rob saying Truman said it best. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Except we have so much more than just good afternoon and good evening and good night. We got good evening. We got good rest of your day, and we got good middle of the night, good rest, and everything else along those lines. So with that, we want to congratulate all of you for being here. Hi to the rest of you whom I may have missed, but at the very end, make sure that you do go to grooveover.to/team so you can groove over to team and let us know that you are interested in working with us, being a part of the team, because you're going to see a lot of that content very, very soon. All right. So as far as me, that is all that we have. Congratulations for all of you who stuck with us for the past hour or so. We always appreciate the opportunity to connect with you. Make sure that you leave those comments. Let us know what it is that we can do to continue to help you out. And of course, comment if you want to volunteer to be a part of the Groove team. Now, for me, I have no idea when the next time we will be up again, because that's why we're called Groove at Any Time. But if there's anything that you want to hear about, you want to learn about, maybe you have some suggestions, we can probably get on sooner rather than later, just because I'm always super excited the moment that I have an idea to share with you. So here we go. All right. For those of you who are watching us around the world, have a good day, have a good morning, have a good afternoon, good evening, good night, good middle of the night, wherever you might be. And on behalf of Groove Funnels and myself and everyone watching, we wish you a very good time, whatever it is that you might be doing, and I shall catch you on the next one. Cheers, folks. Bye.